Here's what's happening on this election day. Americans who haven't already voted flock to the polls to decide some very important races, including who will serve as president for the next 4 years. A very busy morning for polling locations across the state of Ohio, especially here in Franklin County. We're talking long lines. Well, they continue at a Baptist church and are currently still closing voters to wait about an hour. Thank you, everybody, for staying with us on this election day at 4:30. I'm Darlene Hill.
And I'm Brad Johansson. Over at Westgate Community Center, they expect a surge of people to head over any minute. NBC4's Danielle Grossman live at Westgate. Danielle, what are voters saying to you today?
You know what, Brad, Darlene, there couldn't be a more beautiful day to vote. It is fabulous outside. That's what a lot of voters are saying. Right now, there's a steady pace of people coming in to vote right here at Westgate. Earlier this morning, there was a very long line. And like you said, we do expect there to be a surge when people start to get off work around 5 o'clock in the next half hour or so. Now, earlier this morning, when the polls opened up, volunteers tell us they saw one of the longest lines they've seen in 12 years. Now, once they hit about 10 a.m., they tell us the line was mostly gone, and they saw a steady flow of voters after that, waiting about 15 minutes each. Now, the poll workers tell us so far it's been a great day. They're prepared for any small hiccups that may arise later this evening. Andre Williams, a voter, took his lunch break to vote, said he's thrilled it was a smooth process.
I feel like this election is the most important one because it's going to change the way this world is. You know, it's a lot of things that are going on right now, and we need to make sure that we have the right people with the right minds and the right attitudes that are really for the people in office.
Now, one very interesting, some of these polling volunteers told me is that curbside voting they saw in the single digits last year and previous presidential elections. This year, they're seeing in the double digits. They say it's almost quadrupled this year. And of course, we'll give you an update if you plan on voting later this evening. Live and local for you, Westgate, Danielle Grossman, NBC4.
Yeah, it's nice to see, Danielle. Thank you. If you experienced any problems at the polls or with your absentee ballots, we want to hear about it.
Yeah, Jennifer Bullock is in the Better Call 4 Center and will be throughout the night taking your questions and your concerns and working to get you some answers.
That is right, guys. And of course, we have been receiving a lot of messages, emails, and phone calls from voters all across the county today. Polls have been open for a while, but will continue to be open at least for the next 3 hours. Our biggest issue has been the long lines, but we've also had some problems with the electronic side of things. In fact, David, who voted from Cypress Wesleyan Church over on Alton Darby Creek Road in the Galloway area, says that he experienced voters with the last name O through Z were required to vote by provisional ballot only today because there was an error with the voting machines. Now, we have seen some issues reported that voting machines have gone down. Folks have had to cast paper ballots or provisional ballots. He says that he was told that they don't know if that issue would be corrected today or not. So here's the good news. Of course, a provisional ballot does count as long as the Board of Elections can assure its validity. So if you are a registered voter, they know that you are eligible to vote. They will make sure that your vote counts. Keep in mind, though, too, the Board of Elections will be open over the next 7 days starting tomorrow. So if you are not sure, if you think that there may be an issue after you have cast that provisional ballot, you still have 7 days after tomorrow to be sure that your vote will count. So again, even if you do have to cast a paper ballot, that does not mean that your voice isn't heard, that your vote doesn't count. Just if you want that reassurance, you can check with your county Board of Elections. Of course, we've got a lot more issues pouring in. Folks just want some questions answered. So we're going through that for you tonight. And of course, we'll be sure to check in with you at 5 o'clock as well.
All right, Jen, thanks so much. If you experience any problems at the polls, got issues, concerns, you want to reach out to us, reach out to Better Call 4. 614-263-5555. Phone line is going to be staffed 24/7. You can also send an email to stories@nbc4i.com. You can count on NBC4 all day. Special election coverage. Jennifer is going to be in the Better Call 4 Center all night long, keeping track of all the Election Day issues and working to get you answers.
All right, let's talk about the candidates today. Supporters cheered and applauded President Donald Trump at his campaign headquarters, where he visited today to thank dozens of staffers working to get him reelected. President Trump predicted victory, but acknowledged that he could lose. And he talked about the next couple of hours and how it is important for him to win in Pennsylvania. On the other side, Former Vice President Joe Biden made a surprise stop in Scranton, Pennsylvania this morning. A motorcade stopped at the home where he lived as a child. He moved out of that house, his family did, when he was 4 years old. The home has had only 2 owners since Biden's grandfather owned it. The current owners had the Democratic presidential candidate sign his name behind a picture hanging in the living room. He told reporters that he was thinking of his mother and his father on this day, today. And it is Election Day amid a pandemic, and you can see I'm extra socially distant today. I came in contact with someone who tested positive. I myself, though, tested negative for COVID-19, but just to be extra safe, I'm working in the studio right next door to my good buddy, Brad, over there. Brad, Carrie, and Colleen will be over there, and I'll be over here. Brad, over to you.
All right, we miss you, Dee. Voters